Hey guys, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of the Fallen SMP podcast. Hashtag number 3. We got a lot of things to talk about, but first, if you're interested in applying for Fallen SMP, please apply down below if you are watching this. If you are watching this live, good for you. Only other thing is if you are interested in asking questions for the Q&A later, you either just need to catch us live or at 5 or 6 EST every Wednesday, or you can you can go down into the comments of the video that you're watching now and just leave a comment. We have some user generated questions that people have asked us already, so we should be fine, and people in the podcast can ask us questions as well. Anyway, we're going to be working through the staff members. We're going down the list, choosing different staff members, and we are going to be going through them, and then we'll get to regular members and so on. We have a lot of people that I don't see us like running out of new members to have in each podcast, so I think every guest will have one. Other than that, how was your week? Yes, nobody.
My week's is pretty okay. I had some tests, getting close to finals, but other than that, everything's fine.
Anything exciting happened to you this week, my guy?
I ate an apple.
You ate an apple.
Yeah, it was a very sweet tasting apple. Oh, and my school had fruit juice, like fruit punch juice instead of apple juice. That's
Fruit punch juice. I used to have people used to think I was lactose intolerant just because of the just because, I was having constipation problems, so that's what they thought. So I'd get juice. Honestly, I was so happy I got juice instead of milk, even though it was probably so bad for me every day. But long story short, I'd have juice every day. So it was either apple juice or fruit juice. I was happy. Oh, and if they had juice like as a thing, I'd get a second juice. Like because with sometimes how you have like juice with your meal, they'll give it standard. I would get double the juice. So those were good days. So on this podcast, for my week, before we move on to our guest, my week was actually interesting. If you guys, most of you are going to watch, and I'll have to explain this multiple times, but the bandage on my face is related to removing a mole. So I had a mole removed for the first time this week, and that was probably one of the most interesting experiences of my life. Probably top 5, I'd say, So basically, the way they do it is they have to put a needle in your face, right where the mole is, and then they inject the stuff, the numbing agent, and then after that you don't feel anything like in your face. So he was like cutting into my face, like carving out this mole, and I didn't feel anything. So I almost did faint, though. And it was not during the needle part. It was during the medicine, which is very common, apparently. So I was just sitting there, and I was like, hey, I think I'm going to faint. And they're like, okay. So they put a wet cloth on my head, and I got a reward out of it. I got apple juice. So at the end, I got an apple juice, and I was happy. So everything ended fine with that. I was really happy. Honestly, it's one of those like things where you look at your skin and you have like acne, or you have like this spot and you're like, I just want to remove it. And I was like, it was causing me problems anyway. It was like painful and it was bleeding. So the doctor's like, we can remove that. And he used he called me Mr. Last Name, my last name. No one ever does that, so it was a little weird. Hey Black Goku, thank you for the hot follow and catching us live. If you want to catch us live, remember 5 EST for 6 EST. Anyway, so basically, he's like, hey, we can remove this, and I was like, I'm gonna get it removed anyway. Let's do it. So that's my story this week. Interesting that happened to me. So our guest today is Vim. Hello, Vim.
Hello, Mr. Blue.
So did anything interesting happen to you this week, Mr. Vim?
Besides a few funky attendance records, not really. I stacked a tower of cans in my basement.
Haven't you already had like funky attendance problems already?
Probably, but you know what?
You had to email the teacher and then like you asked me in the call.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, didn't you already have this problem?
Yeah, attendance is like just weird.
Beard's weird.
Yes.
So Vim here is our assistant coordinator on the server. He has been with us for I don't know how long, but
John,
Hmm.
Vin is the
I-
assistant. Like, not the assistant. He's not the assistant. He's
well,
the
he
coach.
well that's what I consider him, like the event coordinator.
You just said assistant.
No.
Yeah,
bro.
you called me a assistant.
Same thing. They both coordinate events.
Wow.
One just doesn't have like banning power and like discipline power. So Vim, why don't you give us a little backstory about how you got into Fallen and how it led you to your staff position now?
Alright, I'll give you my Fallen history. Alright, so I don't know if everyone knows this guy, Wolfie0925. Current staff, I think he does
He'll be on next week.
applications, right? Doesn't Wolfie do applications? I
Yeah,
think so.
Wolfie. Yeah, Wolfie is the guy you have to get through to get to the applications.
Anyways, so what happened was Mr. Tummy, a band member now.
Microphone muted.
We don't speak of him.
Hey guys,
he
those
got,
of you who are watching live.
He was streaming.
Sorry, I'm
right?
not talking to
So
you. I'm
then
trying
me
to
and
run the
Wolfie looked at
podcast.
Mr. Tummy and we're like, hey, we want to get on.
Microphone
So Wolfie
activated.
applied, went through the whole process. Then after that, John opened up the server saying, hey, anyone can join as long as a friend's in. So Wolfie invited me in, I got in, and then, you know, we had a little bit of fun. And then a few things happened to the point where I was on the warning list at one point, which was kind of scary. And then eventually what happened was Wolfie got upgraded to event coordinator because I think Dreams recommended him. And then after that, what happened was I think Dreams left, right? And then all the positions moved up.
Oh yeah.
And I think I was next in line, and you guys were like, hey, Vim's a cool dude, let's bump him up to event coordinator. I'm
Well,
like, sweet.
that
I
was
got these.
Wolfie. Well, okay, so what's funny is like originally, like when Wolfie got staff, like this was probably a month before Dreams left.
Yeah, I forgot
Before
about
that
the
happened,
assistant
before that happened, he was like, he's like, you know, Wolfie said this to us. He's like, hey, Vim's okay, make him assistant, but don't make him staff. Whatever you do, don't make him staff. And it's like he's not ready for it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That was like
I
that was our like
I didn't
first
really like
interaction.
assistant because I always had to like submit to Wolfie. So yeah, I don't like submitting to people. I mean, like being in like a staff community is fine, but I mean, like when you're directly submitting to one person only, it gets a little bit annoying. So yeah, I was glad that I got bumped up to event coordinator.
So Wolfie brought you into the SMP, correct? Oh no, Tummy did.
No, Tummy brought. Well, no, we saw the SMP through Tummy. Wolfie
Oh,
applied, got
okay.
in, and then Wolfie dragged me in.
Oh, okay, that makes okay. Yep, that follows through with what I was thinking. So what's your like best moment that you can think of? Like, you know, are there any like moments that like really stand out when you think of Fallen SMP that was like, oh, this was a really fun moment, or this was like my worst moment?
My worst moment had was it last season? No, it was. I don't know if we can talk about this, but it was when I almost got put on the warning. Well, no, I was put on the warnings list.
No, we can talk about it. Who cares?
Alright.
It's water
Alright,
under
so
the
what-
bridge. Everyone has like a past.
Alright, so what happened was Mr. Tummy, another person, and I were caught up in some pretty bad business. And then a lot of things were said, a lot of things happened. It got to the point where a former staff member now was accused of doing all these bad things, and you know, it was kind of more or less a troll. But then what happened was eventually it all led back to Mr. Tummy, but it also
Oh
led to
yeah, I
me.
remember this situation
And
with
then-
Embers and Tummy.
Yeah, and then Rad was declared innocent, and then we were put up for final judgment. But because of Wolfie, again, Wolfie is my savior in this server. Like, because of him, he's like, Vim, chill out. Otherwise, you're literally going to get banned. I'm like, what happened? He's like, the staff knows. If you help us now, then they'll drop the charges. But like, if you don't, then you're fucked.
I feel like we're bargaining a plea deal with you. But that's
Yeah.
that's basically how we run things. I feel like people think we run things too seriously, but then again, if we didn't, we'd have like season 7.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. That was season 7, right?
No, that was last season, I think.
No, it wasn't last season. It was
It was
at most
season
like
like
season
9.
10. I mean season 9, yeah.
I think it was
Season 10
somewhere
was last
around
season,
there.
Jesus.
I don't know,
Um,
like, yeah, again, like, seasons, I think back, I'm like, I was like, I remember season 5, and I was like, maybe I didn't think we'd ever get to 10 or even 11.
yeah. Bro, it's been a fun ride.
Oh, dude, 100%, I've really actually enjoyed everything that's been going on, like, server-wise, too.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
what, can you think of your best moment on Fallen? I don't think you talked about that.
best moment. Oh my gosh, it was when I first joined. Um, we made a pumpkin pie farm, and it was fully automated at spawn, and it was great. I loved it, and Wolfie and
Was
I.
this last season?
No, this was the season I
Okay.
joined.
Okay,
It
because
was
I was like, someone
season
made
10.
one last season, and it was like ugly. Like I was like,
No,
what is
it was
this?
beautiful. But other than that, my second favorite moment has to be my lava door that I have right now. So yeah, things are being made.
All right, so we'll move into now that we got all the introductions out of the way. We'll move into we can move into more talk about Vim. I don't know what to.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yes, nobody. Do you have any questions for Vim?
Vim, what is your opinion? Okay, are you ready for this? What is your opinion on hack clients? This is very important information.
Specifically what on hacked clients?
Hack clients in general. There you
Um, well, I mean, I don't really see the. All right, so most of the combat in Fallen SMP has to be consensual, right?
Correct. Which we
So
had a
I don't see
problem with
that
that
really being
recently.
bad for PvP, but for things like X-ray and stuff like that, I can kind of see it being a ruiner. But I can also see it with the other people and how like they just want, and how maybe you're starting late and you just want to get it done fast, you know. So I don't know. I see it in both
I don't know. It
directions.
was like for me when I used hack clients, it was because I was lazy and I didn't want to like actually have to strip mine. I just wanted the
Yeah.
quick, easy fix.
Yeah, but I mean, like, say you join in the middle of a season and like you're 20 times behind, like you're kind of like, oh well, why shouldn't I hack? Like, I just want to get up to the people that are already up there, you know?
go. So, when I used hack clients, okay, I've used hack clients.
Yeah, I
before,
used.
a long time ago.
Same.
When I used them, I consider myself like already like good enough like to my standards to use them. So I basically
I'm good
used
enough.
them just to have fun and just kill people with. Like I remember getting in this hack client and just flying around in a private server and like on like different servers and stuff, just flying around in a boat, just in the sky. So, I mean, I can see why people use them. Like for me, I just use them for fun. But like,
I don't know. I used it to be lazy and to get diamonds so I could build stuff. It was back when I was on that one SMP called Coherent. I wasn't even like trying to hide it. If the guys were smart, like the thing about X-raying is it's so obvious. Like anyone who like when you look at an X-ray tunnel, you know. And and it's hard to cover up too because you just can't. Even if you like replaced it with stone, like you'd waste so much time replacing it with stone. Hey, diamonds. Speaking of diamonds, but so like you know because they deliberately dig to it, and then they'll turn around. It's like it's obvious like deliberate mining because when someone mines randomly, especially like if they try and make the case like, oh, there's an ore there, you can see every ore that's in the area and you'll know. Like core protect really helps like just showing that, but paper also really has recently helped like just get rid of all of like X-raying because it's literally impossible. It works with the client, it works with our clients, so it knows what you have and it can like block the client from getting through. I don't really know how it works, but that's kind of how I look at it.
For my test of, because I tested the X-ray machine.
Gasp.
No, you said I could test
I'm
it.
just
Remember?
kidding. Yes, I know. I'm kidding.
Um.
That was a joke.
So from what I tested, it seemed like that what happens is it fills the surrounding area with junk data, and until blocks around that area like get updated, it won't actually like send them the proper data that's needed. So in theory, it's impossible to X-ray.
Dream says now people are complaining about X-ray not working. I believe it.
uh, good stuff. Anyways,
Hey Rambo Kappa, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 10 bits, my guy. So now we can move on to some 1.14 news that I think is really, really cool. So I sent it in a podcast chat. I'll bring it up here on the screen for the people who are watching the for the VOD and people who are watching the VOD and who are watching live. So that way you can also follow along with us. But did you guys see all the new villager skins?
Indeed.
oof.
And people here in chat can give us, like, you know, can add in for some information we might not know about the update, because I only know about the villager skins. I only saw the skins, so if there's more to the update, feel free to tell us.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to. From what I can see, it looks like they're starting to personalize villagers to certain biomes.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you can see if you look at the skins, which I'm gonna pop up a bigger image for myself. You can see that when you look at it, like, you can see that where, like, the warmer villages and then the colder ones. Like I said last podcast, I honestly, like, think that that it was gonna, you know, that the warmer villagers were gonna have, like, the strong. By warmer, I mean villagers in, like, warmer biomes. So the ones in warmer biomes were gonna get the, like, straw hats and stuff, which it looks like so far they're following that. And then you can see you can see in some spots, like, more villagers are, like, bundled up. I don't know. They have more clothes, it looks like. So it looks like, yeah, they're gonna have
Like maybe by water or like by maybe like a frozen Iceland or something.
Dream says, for now, villagers only have 2 trades and can lack out both fully. Okay, so what are the trades they have so far that they've coded in? Because honestly, I really like these skins. It's gonna be like, you know, it'll make the villagers more personal to, like, where they live and more ethnic, I guess. Adding race to Minecraft.
Wow.
You know, I think they're taking a pinch from the other versions of Minecraft. So like Xbox, just basic like Bedrock Edition instead of Java. Because if you look at their hats, there's nothing else in Minecraft that is like that. And because in Bedrock Edition they have like 3D hats and everything that, like, actually like sticks out, and that's great that they're actually doing it.
Well, yeah, I think we can definitely look to, like, the Bedrock version, because, like, to see some of the future updates, like, for example, we'll now be able to have, like, trash cans everywhere with, like, lava and stuff, where you can just, like, throw your items, because you can put lava into cauldrons.
Now, what I can't tell, and what you can't see on stream either, is that did they update the witch? Because the witch texture looks a bit different if you look.
It looks more 3D.
Where does someone have, like, a screenshot?
Bottom left.
No, it's
bottom
it's
left.
yeah. You just can't see it on stream. You have to move the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely actually does, like, look more 3D. I'm definitely getting, like, more of a 3D vibe from that. Oh, I don't have it. For the people who can't see, this image is an Exuma Void's new video, so you guys can go check it out. But it looks like the witch has like a taller hat, like a more pointy hat, but, you know, it's blocky, because, you know, blocky can't be pointy because we only have blocks, so it looks more like a witch hat, and it looks more 3D'd and detailed, which I like. You know, I think they're adding, like, more detail to the game. I've always wanted, like, more 3D things, like, I don't know, that, you know, like, there was this texture pack that would make, like, books 3D, and that would make rails 3D. I remember I had it back in the day, and it was really, really cool. Oh, the witch also got updated to wear a cloak, apparently. Cloak witch. I know, right, Equinox? It does look really, really cool. I definitely think this is a step in the right direction. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would say that's definitely like a step in the right direction, as you said. I feel like it's giving Minecraft this like new, fresh look. I would say to at least the villages.
I think Minecraft is starting to change based on generation who plays it.
Well, I honestly like, for example, yesterday someone who like totally new came in my stream and oh well, they were trolling, but like they said they were new, but I know for a fact they were trolling. Long story short, you rarely see like fresh new people to Minecraft. It's mostly like new people who've been playing for like a while. I honestly can't remember last time I saw someone who's like fresh to Minecraft to be like 100% with you guys.
Well, there's also don't forget like there's like crap tons of like YouTubers out there that still do Minecraft and like show how
Yeah.
to play it.
Yeah, that's like that reminds me like to get back to talking about YouTubers, by the way. Like I think like Captain Sparkles has made a comeback in the Minecraft scene. I saw Syndicate, he's been streaming like his own stuff. I think like what's his face, Sky does Minecraft, there we go. He is coming back to Minecraft. I think this can only like help the Minecraft community in like many different ways. I don't see like any negatives coming from this. Do you remember what version you guys joined in?
1.8.8.
I would probably say okay, so I didn't. Are you saying like when we started playing Minecraft?
Yeah. The first version that you like ever touched Minecraft.
Okay, so I touched technically the mobile version of Minecraft first when it wasn't called the Bedrock Edition. Like I'm talking like
If we're
like
talking that,
like old Android like demo form of Minecraft when that was around. And I used to play that in school with my friends
I started playing. Mm-hmm.
until we killed each other and got banned from school.
yeah. If we count the other editions, I started in Xbox 360 edition, like back in 2013ish, and holy crap, have I played the game out of that.
The when I joined was when they first added redstone, so I don't know when
That was probably beta something.
I was watching. I remember because I was watching King Daddy. Even before that, I was watching
King Daddy
D-Mac. Yeah, King Daddy D-Mac. Hey guys, it's King Daddy D-Mac here.
Back with the quick draw.
It's like, oh my gosh, and he was. I remember when he first got into hermitcraft. That's how I discovered hermitcraft and all that stuff. I used to like. I had so much time as a kid. I was able to like watch every like hermitcrafter back in the day. Now I can't. I don't even watch hermitcraft anymore. It just if I do, it just makes me want to like play on Fallen. I'm like, I should be playing on Fallen right now. What am I doing?
Didn't DMAC like move to what's it called?
Ark.
Yeah, Ark Survival. Isn't
I
that
don't
like
even-
dinosaurs and crap? I don't even
Yeah, I think it's like it's kind of like it's a building game where you progress and it's just I don't know. I've never played it, but I think there's a pretty good community for it. I would imagine, from what I've seen. Same thing happened to like Slipgator. He did the same thing. Yeah, Ark's a building game. Well, I don't know what Ark is. I just know it's for building and like leveling up your dinosaurs and stuff. I don't really know about the game. I wish the Forest would have done more because I would have loved to get like a group of people there and play like the Forest because that was a really fun game back in the day. It was really cool to see like all the building you could do. They should have done more with that game. They should have updated it faster, and it could have been like honestly, it could have been like a Minecraft-esque game where people could play. You know, people were buying it and playing today, but I feel like they squandered it. 500 hours on that game, dude. The only games I have like 500 hours on. Minecraft has to be #1 most played, and then it's CS:GO and Gmod, and probably League. I have a couple 100 hours on League of Legends, wasting my life on that toxic game.
I have over like 400 hours on Shima.
Oh my god, dude. I would just sit there and play Trouble in Terrace Town and just level up.
I
as
would
much
play
as
Death
possible.
Run and bunny hop everywhere. I love bunny hopping. It's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, you were that kind of person.
I was that person. Oh yeah.
You did the little slides or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Crocs.
That Leafy
But-
always does. Where
I'm
you
not
ha-
really good at surfing though.
Oh, there we go. It's called surfing. I didn't remember the name.
All that stuff.
So we can move into if anyone has some questions in the chat or has any questions in the stream, they should ask them. So I know we already have some preset questions thanks to Dark, who went through and recommended the over here, over that way, that the gameplay be bigger. So we changed up the format. By the way, you guys will have to let me know how you like the new format. But we changed up Yes Nobody and me changed up the format to, you know, make the gameplay bigger and to add like topics so you guys will, you know what we're talking about and kind of get an idea. Equinox, thank you for the 69 bits, my dude. I appreciate it. But so what are the questions that we have? Yes Nobody, do you have them on hand?
I do indeed. Okay. So, what do you think of the dock shipping district? Do you think we should add more public shops?
Okay, so I think to that situation, I think it's okay. I think honestly what we should have done is not just have it like we should destroy one of those shops and like branch off and not have it more like grid-like instead of just a long path and descending into nowhere, because that's what it's becoming. I think we should make it more, you know, where it has like some roads going off of it and stuff, because otherwise it's just going to be, you know, again, path extending into oblivion, and I don't think that's going to look good.
Okay. Them.
Wait, repeat the question, please.
Okay. So the question is, what do you think of the dock shopping district? Do you think we should add more public shops?
Define public shops.
Public shops meaning, I mean, public shops where everyone can shop at. What do you mean?
Honestly, all right. So based on what I
Shops
think
at
that
spawn, I guess.
based on what I think the question's asking, I think that the shopping district should grow organically, like so that people like build there when they want to, and like they sell whatever they want as needed, like basically as supply and demand, and that stuff.
Okay. My personal opinion is I'm agreeing with John here. We definitely need to go in a direction,
Microphone
and I already
muted.
have a shop
Microphone activated.
that, I mean, that looks really, really bad, and that we can use that space to break off with. So, I won't name the shop on stream because I don't want anyone to get offended.
Oh, I'm gonna steal it.
But I definitely think that we could take that shop, remove it, or at least move it somewhere for them, and then break off. And
Well, that would be on the president.
yeah, so you talk to Thuds for that one. Okay, moving on to the next user-generated question here. What buildings can we add to spawn, and why?
I would think right now I see the farming district is being laid out, so I'm interested to see where people go with that. The medieval district, someone, I believe, can't remember who, made some cute little houses there, but I think definitely we should like encourage people to build more. We could use some more building at spawn and some more work on spawn. Right now, you know, everyone kind of forgot about it, I guess, probably because we didn't start building there right away, but we should definitely encourage more like house building and modern house building and stuff like that, so we can start like filling in spawn and making it look nice.
Then we can go next.
Again, restate the question, please.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I get caught up with John's arguments. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the question is, what buildings can we add to spawn and why?
Buildings. Does this include districts?
This is part of the districts, yes.
I mean, government district. I guess we could add like more like maybe a hall, like or judge hall or whatever you call it. Courtroom. I'm an idiot. Um, so I think that we could definitely add in a courtroom for certain cases that are open to the public,
Coming up.
and I think that we could add in maybe certain like offices for certain people that are in government, like for judge and for president. Maybe we could add in some of those. You know,
Yeah, I agree
just
to
to
that.
add on to the government district.
I don't see
I
anything bad with that.
I don't see anything bad with it either. I mean, I agree with both your topics. I think something that should be expanded on as a whole is probably like doing something with the modern district that isn't too like flashy. So like C4's towers, like honestly, they need to be removed because they're
those
not
hit
ever
big.
gonna get finished. And we also someone
I like how
has
even you know that.
yeah, someone should move the nether portal somewhere else because that's like a terrible place for it to be in. Maybe like
Oh
I
yeah.
have no idea. But
Have you guys seen the design before? The designs?
For
What?
Spawn. So
No.
did you guys see that one where the what's it called? Where the nether portal actually went in and under, like
Yeah,
kind of
that's
making a
Shivers.
staircase? Yeah,
yeah,
Cheever's. I think that we should do nether portal something like that.
have it underground.
Well, like kind of where it goes like in underneath the things, underneath the freaking
Okay.
roads.
I have no problem with that. And plus, so there's no portal in like the general near area, so we wouldn't have to like resync it or
Yeah.
worry about anyone accidentally syncing to it. So
Like
I think it would be fine.
yeah,
Some
I'm fine with it too, but
someone would just have to do it.
yeah.
Mm.
I feel like there should be a lot more added. And
Well, I mean, it's even again. We need to remember that it's in its infancy, so
yeah,
we
it's
still
in
have
its-
we still have a lot of time. It's only like week 2 of the week 2, 3 of the server. We started on the 1st, so this is gonna be by the time Friday rolls around. This is gonna be technically, well, no, the second week. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah. Technically, it's gonna be the second week. So, yeah, it's still in its infancy. It has time. We need to remember that. Beep.
Okay. Well,
I'm currently setting off a bomb. Stand by.
whoa.
Planting the bomb.
Okay. So
beep, beep.
we have some user questions in Twitch chat.
Okay.
I'll read them. So
Bomb has been
this
planted.
question comes from a Rainbow Cap.
Are you setting your smoke detector?
No.
What's your thoughts on the underwater district and its future?
I think it's a cool idea. Maybe not as a like realistic like thing, but more as of what's it called? An attraction, like something that you can look at and be in awe at. You know?
I don't know. I think it'll work fine as the district. It just needs to be done correctly.
Yeah.
And we have to tell people too, because we haven't like told anyone about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a district that people know about because it's kind of hidden at the other end of the island, and then it goes into the ocean. So
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
I was just what I was gonna say is we need to make like let people know.
I would say that it needs to be like, if you're gonna make an underwater district, you have to make it look really good, or else it's gonna look really garbage.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what your plans are, Rainbow Kappa, but I would take a lot of plan and consideration with them, and I would talk to different builders on the server. Like, we have Dark on the server. Dark is a great person. like,
JC
judging
too,
stuff. JC and Dark.
and he's actually a judge.
Dark will give you his honest opinion about anything you ask him, as long as you give him information. JC's a really great builder too. I would definitely ask him, and I would just ask general members on the server, because
Yeah, I think they can give like your
ultimately-
best info.
Yeah, like ultimately they're gonna use the district. They're gonna go inside. They're gonna see things, and so, I would ask opinions like all around. If you want, ask Dexo, because Dexo will give you his honest opinion as well. I mean, everyone will, hopefully, but Dexo will give you like a full-on report. Like that's what
Nobody
he does.
wants to talk to Dexo. Usually it's involving a band, so I don't think they really want to talk to him. And we'll have him on the podcast either next week or the week after that, guys. So, um, yeah, exactly what he said. It's just something that you need to talk to other people about and like get ideas for, because not one man can just do it alone. It's especially with that kind of community stuff. It's good to involve people who are like knowledgeable about building. It's what I do. Like, it's why I had JC do spawn. It's why we talked to builders about planning it out. It's why we even began with like having what we did even before that is taking the idea of spawn and telling people to go out and build it, and then once we had an idea for it, we had people like kind of build on it and perfect it. So it wasn't just all like one idea. We used multiple ideas. We really used the community for this season. Well, not for this season, but for this season and for the building aspect. We really talked to the community and saw what they wanted. Because with last spawn like being a flop, kind of, and not the fault of JC, it was just such a big like it was like a mini games. I felt like I connected to a mini game server. It's the spawn that's actually in the background of this of the podcast. So I don't know. It's just such a big build for me in my opinion.
Remember the nether portals like being really effed up? Like they would spawn you on top of the thing.
No, I think.
Well,
it was only
yeah.
like spawning in the game.
It was if you went through another portal a certain way.
Oh, I never had that problem.
To the highest point, and we actually made a secret base using that glitch.
Ooh, Rad has a good question.
Yeah.
Should I make a mini games district? I mean,
you would
do
need
whatever you want. Yeah,
as long as you would pure survival.
Yeah, I would. Well, that. But I'm saying like, honestly, I would get JC's and Thud's approval.
Yeah, they are the president of that area. So what I would do, and then I would build like maybe another island, like make an artificial island or something that like off of it, because that island is already pretty packed. So any new districts we're gonna either have to expand the island or make like a bunch of like mini islands around it, which I like the mini island idea, like having a bunch of like mini island districts around it. So I don't know. That's what I would do, but it's not a bad idea. I think a mini games district is a cool idea. We've never had one on Fallen. We've always had the idea and then started it and then stopped it. But it'd be cool to have like games that people can play, and like we can use them like for events and stuff, like just little games that people build.
Like a great inspiration I would take from is Stampy Longnose, because on a survival world, literally. There's thousands of mini games that you can take from, and they're all like really small and compact. So
Stampy here, and my friend got put in prison.
So
that's all I remember from him when people reference him, is his friend went to prison.
Yeah, but like, if you're really committed to the idea, I would honestly really do it, because I remember coming into a season and John was streaming and he was asking like, if you're gonna help with the minigame district, come to VC3, and I started helping. We got like 2 towers built. Like we got the entrance and the gate. Yeah, season 7, and then it was near the end of the season anyway, so we kind of just like stopped working on it. So like, if you're really committed, do it, and like do it right, and everything should work out.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do that, I approve of it. Just check with Thuds, I guess, since he's the president. Get his okay, and then you can like start on it, man. To deal with Rainbow Kappa's question, I would just buy sponges, dude. I don't know,
So-
like.
Are sponges even in survival yet?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh.
You can't craft them, but you
Yeah,
can get
you
them
can't
from
craft
diamonds.
them, but you can get them. Yeah.
So, actually, I talked with JC yesterday. Okay.
Homie MC
Keep in
JC
mind
UC.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not approved by
More
anyone.
diamonds.
But what I asked is that if JC still has his data pack, and he found an older version in his DMs with John. So if he updates it for this version and has all the crafting recipes he had, then technically there's an easier way to get sponges, which I would personally love. And like I personally wanted to craft a trident, so
All I hear is I'm lazy.
but I mean, JC's data pack was pretty great. It was very useful. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a lucky podcast for diamonds, guys. We've found 22 diamonds.
John,
would,
can you turn off your X-rays, please?
No. This is my server.
know
I
that
will
you're
do what
saying
I want.
Come on.
I would honestly say like he should update it and then get it approved by people. Get it
Yeah,
added.
yeah, I think, yeah, if he updates it and, you know, just shows me it, and I'll approve of it. Make sure everything's not too OP, but I have no problem with it. Sounds nice to me.
JC, if you're watching, you know what to do.
I don't think he is. He's AFK.
You never know. Is JC really ever a
Resident sleeper.
resident sleeper? We had a question from Equinox, boys.
Equinox.
His question was, who's the most hated person on the server?
Oh, Rad.
Obviously, duh.
Honestly, like somehow he went from staff member to
Meh.
getting fired from staff member.
Meh, I hate Rad.
I know the whole topic of how he got demoted. But
His
I
fall
don't think
from
it needs to
grace.
be- yeah, I don't think it needs to be like just talked about again because honestly, like John said earlier, it's under the bridge. So.
Yeah, that was.
It was a really long time ago, honestly.
Yeah, he was young.
He was a younger lad back then.
I personally use the Lionheart data pack. James, you know, if you want the Lionheart data pack to be added, send it to me and I'll look at it. So.
Dreams doesn't even play on the server.
I know, but like, you know,
He
Dreams
still helps.
helps a lot. So
Yeah, he does.
I will consider whatever he has. to
With
say.
what? Recruiting members to his new SMP? I'm just saying. Dreams
I feel like
SMP.
Dreams has earned enough respect to just not even play and be respected.
Yeah, he has.
No one has them. Well, yeah, it's true. They have to go to ocean monuments and get them. They're in that. There's a whole ocean monument like room dedicated, and it has like 32 sponges in it. So.
Yeah,
I don't know, or do what I did with the when I was clearing out an ocean monument. Just use sand, a lot of sand, and just fill it in.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, grab a bunch of sand, like, you know, build. What you would have to do is go into the water, build what you want, like part of what you want, fill it in with sand, dig out the sand, repeat, rinse and repeat. No pun intended.
Wow.
But that honestly, that's the way you would have to do it. I think it'd be the most efficient way. So, any other
feel-
questions?
Let's see. I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
If you had to come up with your own nether like portal design, what would you base it off of? Like anything you want. So for instance, if I had the materials right now, I would base my nether portal off of like a Star Wars ship. There we are. So like or something like an AT-AT.
I totally spaced out. What did you say?
If you had to make another portal design, what would it be and what would it be based off of? Like,
If we could make any design.
yeah, so like as I said, if I
Oh.
had the materials, I would make something off of Star Wars, like an AT-AT or like a ship.
That's a good question. If I could design another portal the way I want it, I'd probably do something like Star Trek, where you go in and it beams you up and you dissolve. Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but I proposed an idea for the transport SMP. It involved too many command blocks, he said, so it was sadly rejected.
Rip.
Vim, you always get rejected.
There goes my dreams again.
Hit or miss.
You
Guess
had
I
dreams.
always miss, huh?
Guess they're not active, huh?
I'm always active. I'm active
You
right
got
now.
You
That
got an
doesn't have a
SMP.
girlfriend.
Got an SMP. I bet
No.
no one plays it.
What?
Gotta skirt and hit the bam like Dexo.
Like that's a leaf, yeah.
I think I want to commit sugarcane.
Commit die. Commit the cane. Alright guys, I think that's gonna be it. I want to let everyone know who's watching. If you are interested in applying, link down below. If you are interested in asking questions or letting us know how we can improve the podcast, just go down to the comments and let us know. If you're interested in catching it live, it's at 5 EST or 6 EST every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. The only other thing I can think about telling you guys is that next podcast we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. But otherwise, I think that's it. Vim, thank you for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
You guys will also have to let us know, for those who watched all the way through, you guys are the true people. You guys will have to let us know how you guys like the new layout. Is it good? Is it bad? Let us know in the comments below or in live chat. Otherwise, guys, please ask some questions again so we have more next time. And that's going to be all from us. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vim. Thank you, Yes Nobody, for the art. And I will see you guys next week.
Just know this song was meant for you. Someone like you is hard to find. That's why I'm proud to say I'm mine. When you make a mistake or two,